Yeah, I think there's excitement, right? Like, you don't get nervous for matches that don't matter. You don't get excited for matches where there's nothing on the line. So listen, things are going to ramp up quick, and for that, it's what we're here for. It's why you chose to be a Hokie and come to Virginia Tech is to be in a premier conference and just a premier program that's going to see the best teams in the country.
This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made.
Yeah, first duel of the season. Excited to get out there. The guys all made weight, did a great job with that. Saw some new faces in the lineup and went out there and took care of business. Seeing the young bucks take care of business was pretty cool. Seeing Raph and Sonny, Jimmy out there as well. And then seeing guys like Connor McGonigal and Sam Latona, kind of the older bulls, take care of business.
Yeah, it was a cool match. Kind of tried to take all of it in, last first match. So this whole season, really trying to take it all in.
I'd say last weekend was a good experience for me.
I think we started off with a bang, right? We all did what we were supposed to, went out and won, and got the job done. And then the tournament the next day, we had quite a few good wins there too. So I think we're off to a good start.
Big takeaway I had from this opening weekend was our team was getting after it, getting bonus points.
We've been really emphasizing bonus points. I thought we had a ton of bonus points.
I mean, once we got guys on their backs, we kept them there. Between me and Sonny, I think we had 7 pins in the first weekend, so that's always a great thing to see.
I feel like I didn't even feel amazing during the tournament, and I still performed pretty well. So I feel like that's just like testament to the training we've been doing and everything.
Our conditioning was top level. I mean, I watched a lot of our guys go into third period and close matches and just not look like they were slowing down at all, and they were just ready to go for another 3 periods.
Other takeaways, I'd say, our young guys, I think we know what we're getting from our older guys, and that's part of the maturation of being, an upperclassman is consistency. The young guys, sometimes you don't know what you're going to get on a match-to-match basis.
Leading into the next day, the Southeast Open, same thing. Young guys came out, made weight a second day. 3 guys were champions. Redshirt freshmen going out there, 5, I think each of them were 4-0 on the day, and adding to their one the night before at 5-0.
I'm happy with my performance, but I know that it was just the first one of the season, and I'm very excited to keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, listen, it's hard to get too excited. It's exciting that we're starting the year, no doubt. But listen, this is a big-time team, and we want big-time moments. Let's dial up our focus. Short week with the match on Friday. Gotta get work done today. Are you dancing or warming up?
Trying to get my energy up.
He thinks I go a little bit harder against him than everybody else. You should feel his leg when he wrestles with other people than when he wrestles with me. It's like a turkey leg.
It's almost like he's gonna big brother you.
Yeah, that's what he tried to do, and I'm like, he just.
But he is your big brother. So.
I'm big bro.
TJ.
Everything else besides this, he gets working. Don't let this.
Little Tyler, you're so cute. You're so cute, little Ty. Let's bring it in. Weekend, and then looking ahead to this match this week. Fielding weight when weight's coming forward, where I want to start first, is, as a rule of thumb or like just a principle, I need my hips and my ankles to not get separated. I'm going to choose this tight waist chop and boom, and wrestling off that. Yes, exactly. Wrestling in. We'll talk about hooked ankle once it actually happens, if it happens, but I want to start there. Questions? No questions. 1, 2. You know everything about where his body's going. You want to elevate that. It isolates his hip. Now you could wrestle. Yeah. flexible in your hamstring? You're stuck in that position, you can fall off. Good, nice. That was smooth. Does that feel a little better? Yeah. You start getting your hips out or your arms out, like you can't move your hips as much.
You're also gonna create like a plateau.
Yeah.
On your back.
Like curl, you know, like a cat.
So I can't push on it.
Coming up this weekend, I feel like, for me, it's honestly, I feel like I still got stuff to prove from last year. Last year, I feel like, was a year that, I mean, I was going through a lot, but like, I don't even like to think about last year. It just really, there's no positives for it, for me. So I think I still just got a lot to prove. And I feel like each week is something more for me to prove. And I've been working for this since the last year was over immediately. So I'm excited to just keep like proving myself each weekend.
From last week's performance, I'm just trying to adjust to make it better for the next times.
Our mindset is just be able to compete. I mean, just be ready to go. I mean, it doesn't matter who's out there, who's stepping in front of us. Like, we always have the same mentality every single weekend, in and out, just ready to go.
Just trying to continue to get better throughout the whole year, you know, not focus too much on the outside things, just focus on things that you can control, not focus on the weight cut. You know, when things get hard, it's easy to kind of cave and give in, is what I've realized as I've gotten older. So just trying to stay focused and mentally sharp throughout the whole, you know, it's a long season. So just trying to stay mentally sharp throughout the whole season and focus, like I said, on what I can control and just continue to get better and improve on things, you know, that I need to improve on. We've got a great coaching staff that knows what's best and knows what positions we need to work on and what we need to get better at. And so yeah, I think, you know, year 6, it's just about I know what I'm good at, know what I'm capable of, and just staying as sharp as I can mentally and being ready for whatever's next.
There's excitement, right? Like, you don't get nervous for matches that don't matter. You don't get excited for matches where there's nothing on the line. So listen, things are going to ramp up quick, and for that, it's what we're here for. It's why you chose to be a Hokie and come to Virginia Tech, is to be in a premier conference and just a premier program that's going to see the best teams in the country. You know, and maybe different than other people. Like, I don't focus a lot on it though, more than just kind of building excitement for the guys. We want them to have energy for it, but it's a long season. You know, I don't know too many sports that are longer than starting in November and going through mid-March. So I think it's about talking about, you know, refinement and fine-tuning for the end of the year. So to me, it's a process. So do we want to win? We're competitors. This is a game, and we are competitive at every game we play. So we want to win. That said, you know, if we're going to drop one, I'd rather drop one now than drop one later. So I think a lot of it for me is the psychological battle that's going to come. If you're a guy that maintains pressure, you should always kind of be maintaining pressure. Are there tweaks and balances that come in that are match dependent? Absolutely, depending on the opponent or the score, the situation. But I think that's what I really want you guys thinking about when we're wrestling live. You got to be true to your identity. And when that's the case, you have permission to kind of make mistakes. So that's all I'd have you guys thinking about, is like, who the hell are you? You know what type of wrestler and kind of wrestler you want to be when you're competing. We see it in this room, but the translation from this room to where we compete has to be a little bit better. And that's an easy way that I always thought about it, is like, I knew who I was. Coach used Lennox as an example. He knows who he is. He might lose wrestling, but he's losing wrestling his identity. He's not going to switch things up and then wrestle that guy's match. Wrestle his identity, adapt to his identity. Does that make sense?
Yeah, big matchup with Missouri. They're always really good, just like we are. You know, I feel like we've had very similar successes as teams over the last few years, so it's a huge matchup, and I think I'm, you know, 2-2 against them maybe in my career here. You know, we duel them a lot, so you know, I need to go out on a dub. The team needs to go on a dub for me, and I'm excited though. Like I kind of mentioned earlier, just trying to take everything in. You know, it's my last first home duel, so I'm excited about it, and the fans are really going to show out, and Hokie Nation's going to be there. It's going to be a great turnout, and we're going to be ready to scrap. I know we are.
Yeah, match day in Castle, which is even better. Being able to stay home, sleep in our own beds, get to welcome our amazing fan base into, you know, Castle Coliseum. Pretty excited. First home duel. The boys are locked in, ready to rock. The new guys get to feel the Castle energy for the first time.
I'm super excited to wrestle in Castle for the first time, especially against Missouri. I think they're a strong opponent of ours, and I'm excited to go out and get the job done.
Yeah, Castle's a special place. It gets louder than what people realize. I'm super grateful to have been able to compete at that place for the last 5-6 years, you know, and to be able to do it for one more year, man. It's something that's really special, and the fans always show out, and they're loud, and they get into it, and you know, they yell at the ref and they yell at the other team, and we have a special place for sure, and it's something that I'm always going to be able to look back on and be grateful for. And you know, as far as young guys, that they gotta be ready. They gotta kind of know that it's going to be loud, know that, you know, things are going to be a little bit crazy, and just try to stay dialed in the moment and stay focused on the moment.
I haven't competed in Castle yet, so it's going to be very interesting and very cool to see what's going to happen.
I would say this year I'm looking a lot forward to competing in Castle. I'm excited for to see the crowd and fans and everything.
I'm really excited to compete in Castle. I had one duel last year and the environment was awesome, so just to be able to go out there and compete in a big duel like Missouri would be awesome. I mean, I watched them last year from home back in the dorms just when we took the tough loss, so just going out there and trying to do my part to get us on the opposite end, like not get that same feeling from last year would be great. It would be awesome for the team, it would be awesome for Virginia Tech just to go out there and show them what I got.
Missouri always brings the challenge. They got us back in Columbia last year. We got them here a couple years ago, so excited to go out there and fight a foe that, you know, is a top 10 team that is very similar to our program, and someone that we respect a bunch, and you know, look forward to some big time individual matchups. So our crowd's fired up, Hokie Nation's fired up. It's a bye weekend for football, so all eyes are going to be on a big top 10 matchup, and you know, Hokie Nation is ready to show out.